Okay, and we are back with another reading, and this one is about Chloe Bailey. So, there has been so much discussion, I would say hateration and holleration since Chloe launched her solo career. People have had so much to say about her, much of it very, very negative. And she just released her first solo album a couple of weeks ago in Pieces. And I heard some of it. Some of them are good. Definitely was not feeling her features, particularly her male features. Yeah, wasn't feeling those at all. But I feel like the girls are super, super talented. Obviously, I think Chloe has an amazing voice. And I think her album did really great. I mean, she is a new artist. I'm not quite sure what people were expecting, the kind of numbers. I think just, yeah, a lot of people just like to hate on the girls. So I want to just tap into her energy and see how she's really feeling. She's done a couple of interviews and she's talked about her mental health and she's talked about how she's overcome things. And I'm just curious about how she's doing. Also curious about the archetype that Chloe is working with, the archetype that Chloe is channeling. And I am going to get my book out. Because I don't really use this deck a ton and I am knocking things over. And also you might hear, now I only have one little lonely rabbit. Here's two. I love these little rabbits. You might hear a lawnmower also in the background because somebody is doing what they need to do because it's spring. Okay, so what archetype is Miss Chloe Bailey dealing with? So this is interesting. So we got the Mystic here. And so this looks to me like, is it a moth or is it a butterfly? Either way, and then I'll actually read it, but either way, both moths and butterflies go through metamorphosis. Huh. And transformations, right? And so this circle here for me is Chloe's fire and Chloe's passion. I know she is a Cancer sun. I did look up her birth chart a couple years ago. I can't remember now where her moon is or her, I can't remember her birth facts, but I do feel like that's her passion. That's the passion that she has. Huh. And there's also something here for me about this wisdom piece here with these two owls. So I feel like there has been a metamorphosis here. I feel like there is a transformation. This metamorphosis, this transformation definitely is happening within the public sphere. We have these watchful eyes here. Everything she's doing, she's transforming in the eyes of the public. We have this snake skin in here for vision. And so she is shedding the old Chloe. And of course, I think she's in her 20s, so that makes sense. She's just transforming and becoming somebody new within the face of the public, which is very, very challenging. I do feel like this wisdom piece, yeah, I'm not sure if the wisest choices are being made here. And there's also something about this mystic and this vision. I wonder if there's a more mystical side to Miss Bailey. That she is supposed to live up to. That was attractive. Wow. Thanks, allergy season. Okay, so let's look at the Mystic. This one I have pulled actually a couple of times. Yeah, 103. Oh, wow. I actually have this underlined. Wow. Okay. The mystic. The mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wandering or light-hearted daydreamer. Yet, like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. Wow. So maybe this is a butterfly. I'm not sure. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, and embed it with life. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic revels in mystery in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. So wow, so this is the archetype that Miss Bailey is exhibiting. This is what she is living into. She is Oh, so maybe this is why people get so frustrated with her. I think that some of it is just, again, straight up hateration and holleration and just jealousy. But also, there is something in Miss Bailey that is repelling people, and perhaps it is people seeing their own shadow. I do believe in collective consciousness, so I'm going to just say us. Us. So when we see a very beautiful person, particularly a woman, it does trigger something inside of us. It does trigger anger sometimes and makes us feel inadequate and inept. And I do feel like, even from some of the older people around Chloe with this wisdom here, there is just a certain level of jealousy that she does need to kind of, I'm sure she's aware of it, but there does need to, this feels like spiritual protection to me also, with the snake and with the owls and with the nighttime. So there does need to be a little bit more spiritual protection, and real spiritual protection, not just like when they celebrities get allegedly on award shows and they thank God and they do all these things, but it's like, but really, what is the quality of the spirituality? So there does need, because the vision, she definitely has gotten off her path a little bit. She definitely is traveling away from sort of this mystic, this spiritual life. It's feeling very high priestess to me. So, yeah. So for right now, I'm not even going to look in the book. What I'm going to say right now is that yes, Chloe is a reflection of us all. The way we stumble through transformation, we get the benefit of transforming in the presence of our families, in the presence of our friends. We don't always do it on a public stage. We don't always fumble through on a public stage. So that is also what she's reflecting back to us. I am curious if she has any Gemini or what her Mercury placements look like. But yeah, that's what I feel like right now. That she definitely is a little bit off of her spiritual path, but her greater role again is to show us, to stumble in front of us, to show us what transformation looks like at its highest and lowest points. So for her, I also was, so this goes to this mysticism piece. I had to dig into some other decks, and this is actually my Rumi deck. And so what does Rumi have to say to Miss Bailey? What does Rumi have to say? Definitely gonna have to read the book on this because I don't use this deck a lot. So it's just not this one, this one. Wow, interesting. The courage of your love. Huh, isn't that interesting? And we've got that spotlight. right? Wow. Like being on stage. Remember, I talked about the collective consciousness? So you have these figures in here. If you can see them, you have people watching. And then I also feel like these are people over here as well, right? The courage of your love, number 38. The courage of your love. Love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it is blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flash of light. I do not bleat at you like a sheep, for the startle you from your slumber. I need to roar like a lion. You must awake, my beloved. There is no time to waste, for the wolves are circling, hungry for sacred flesh. So I shall roar mightily, and although at first you recoil in fear, soon enough you will see the wolves. You become aware and grateful to have been thus awoken. So that's interesting to me because as I was saying about the wolves and not being aware, I definitely feel that energy. And the message here, it says this oracle comes with another message for you. You have a challenge before you, but you have what is necessary to succeed and overcome it. No matter how long it has endured or how big you have built that challenge up to be in your mind, no matter how unsolvable the issue appears to be, there shall be a victory behind it, and it is imminent. Stand true in your heart. Cause trouble, make noise, be proud and mighty. So that's super, super interesting. So this is a card of standing your ground. The courage of your love. So being true to who you are. So this is the battle right here, or not the battle, but the challenge of Miss Bailey is what is she, how does she find herself in all of this? And so that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to have the courage to be her love, to lead with her heart, but also to not lose herself in the darkness of the industry, because we know the industry is dark and shady and shifty. They have another affirmation for her. Spirit, what is your affirmation for Chloe? Whoa, literally flew right out. Love when that happens. We have the Blue Jay. The time is right to assess and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. The time is right for you to assess and master your abilities. So I actually feel like this is spiritual abilities. This isn't about being a better singer. This isn't about being the best dancer. This isn't about mastering the craft of acting. There is a necessity to tap into a true level of spirituality so that she can be the true light that she came here to be. What is the sacred cycle that Chloe is in? What is the sacred cycle that Chloe Bailey is in? Chloe Bailey, Chloe Bailey, Chloe Bailey. We definitely cannot use all these cards. What is the cycle that Chloe is in, please? What is the cycle? Thank you. Holy smokes. We have got the snake again. Deep transformation. Deep, deep transformation. Shedding the old self. What do we have here for cervix? I know what is best for me. Acting as a sacred boundary and gateway, the cervix protects the sanctum of the womb space located at the end of the vaginal canal. Now, isn't this so interesting? Because so much of the attacks on Chloe is about her over-sexuality. And here is the cervix here. As the cycle of life that she's in. Located at the end of the vaginal canal, it shifts position and shape throughout the hormonal cycle, expanding, contracting, releasing fluids, and adjusting as needed to the sacred body's energetic experience. This threshold invites you to acknowledge your boundaries and edges of comfort. It is time to consider the relationships, contracts, and connections in your life. Wow, Chloe. Find clarity around who and what is rooted in integrity and where your trust has been earned or broken. With this comes the balancing act between safely de-armoring the blockages constructed from fear or trauma and empowering your own discernment. This process is slow and steady, no need to rush. Allow yourself time and space to connect with wisdom of this inner boundary and apply its guidance to your experience. Where in my life and with whom do I need more or fewer boundaries? So this is amazing. And so part of the reason why I do this readings is one, I'm a nosy girly and I want to know what's happening in these celebrities' lives. But I also like to figure out or work through what we can get from this in our own lives. So with this being a Mercury retrograde time, with the Pluto transits being what they are, this is a time of reflection for all of us, right? This question of boundaries and contracts. And so perhaps there was some betrayal around the record release, the record deal itself. There might need to be contract renegotiations that need to be had. Wow. We know that there was betrayal that she talked about with being cheated on, but I do believe there's other betrayals that have happened that she is not talking about. How is Chloe Bailey showing up right now? How is Chloe Bailey showing up right now? Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Now, so, wow. Wow. So in this deck, the hazards are pentacles. I haven't used this deck. I literally had to like dig into other decks now that I'm reading on celebrities, because a lot of the decks I have don't carry the energy of Hollywood that I need them to carry. And so I really had to dig, but I see I'm going to have to get some other decks because the Hollywood energy is something different. So I could just rock out right here with this card for the rest of the reading. So the hazards represents pentacles. And so pentacles are, of course, they are money, they are material possessions, things that we want to grow, things that we value, and they are associated with earth signs. So that would be Taurus, that would be Capricorn, and that would be Virgo. So Miss Chloe Bailey, allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. So the image in this card is handcuffed to a steering wheel, and they actually have no control over where the car is going. Now, when we see a knight, knights are messengers. And so that message, this lack of control, this lack of feeling in control of money in this case, right? Because we talked about contracts here. And so there's some kind of renegotiation again, because all of the bad press had Miss Bailey allegedly feeling battered and bruised. And I think in an interview, she even said that, she's had a hard time really coping with things. There's so much in this card. The old fashioned car, which makes me feel like she is battling an institution that is much older than her, that is more mature than her. But the car is battered, it is bruised. There are cobwebs coming off of it. And so when we see a knight, we know that the knight is the end of a long-term situation. And so I feel like this is the powers that be. They know that their time is up. They know that they're not going to be able to control society, control us for much longer, control the person driving the car for much longer. So they take more serious measures, harsher contracts, right? I'm surprised also we didn't see the devil here with these handcuffs, right? And so so she's come literally to the end of the road. She's come to the stop sign, and she could even be allegedly experiencing things in her knees, in her back, maybe even in her feminine area. That's stress related, having rashes and things of that nature because of these contracts and these betrayals. But again, she is in a transformation, and again, the knight is the end of a long-term situation, so she might actually be renegotiating her contract. She might be renegotiating her contract because it's enough is enough here, right? Enough is enough. I'm tired, I'm battered, I'm bruised. I just can't take it anymore. I'm just done. I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. How does Chloe see the music industry? How does Chloe see the music industry right now? How does Chloe see the music industry? How does she feel the music industry? Has treated her. How does she feel? So there is definitely a need for justice. She definitely feels like the scales are imbalanced, not in her favor, unfortunately, but this is the sword of truth here. And swords are about thoughts and ideas. And so perhaps she's, again, renegotiating her contract. You know? I wonder if this will be wow, and then we have the hermit here. I wonder if this will be a behind the scenes court case, or if she will take some time away. If we hear all of a sudden that Chloe is taking some time off, she's so tired from her tour, she's tired from all of the acting, and she just needs to take a little time to herself. And what's really happening is that she is embroiled in a court situation trying to renegotiate her contracts. And Three of Wands here in reverse, she's saying, I will go no further until I get what I desire. And we have the King of Pentacles here. I will go no further. I'm not going to make another record. I'm not going to go on tour. I'm not going to make another movie until you run me my money. Run me my money. If you're not going to give me the respect that I deserve, if you're not going to allow me to be the spiritual being, the mystic, if you're not going to allow my vision, what my soul came here to do, if you're not going to allow me to do that, the least you can do is run me my money. That's where we're at right now. She is coming out of this Eight of Swords energy, going back and forth in her thoughts, not wanting to believe that she was betrayed the way she was. Everything is out in the open now. Five of Swords. She knows that she saw the betrayal. She sees everything that's going on, right? She sees it all. She sees it all. And she did all of her crying. And I feel like this is her music business. This is her relationship with her parents, allegedly. And this is her relation. This is all areas of her life, right? She is finally seeing the betrayal across the board. Okay? She's seeing the betrayal across the board. She's seeing the injustices across the board. And she is no longer blindfolded. She's no longer going back and forth about it. She knows it to be true. And so she's at this Five of Cups place. We have the King of Cups in reverse. Again, I feel like this was her relationship thing. So she's cried all of the tears. She's been in the past, right? She's replayed all of the things, including how she's been received in the public, how she's been portrayed in the public, as opposed to other artists who do even more, than she does. And yeah, she's over the betrayal and she is ready for a new birth. She's ready for a rebirth. She is. Don't come over here. Don't come over here. Do not come over here. Do not come over here. Do not come over here. Stay in the window. So yeah, she's ready for a new birth. And look, there's the butterfly. There's the butterfly. She is ready. She is ready to... I never have said this before with this card. No. But because she's a dancer, she is ready to dance with death. Okay? The rebirth. She is ready to let the old Chloe go. No. 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 You're not coming over here. She's ready to let the old Chloe go, right? And step into the new. Four of Wands. A new foundation, right? A new blossoming. And so this is what is on the way, okay? She's stepping into her Four of Wands, taking some time off, reassessing all of the betrayal, cutting people off, renegotiating contracts, renegotiating her personal contracts and her professional contracts. And then ultimately, at the end of everything, after all of the investigations, because Pages is about learning something new, she emerges as the star. Spirit, how long do you see this process taking? Spirit says 10. So I was asking about years, and my goodness, was I off, just guessing. Spirit says 10 years. I'm not exactly sure how old she is, but I know she's in her 20s, so this also feels right. Where she finally feels like that star, where she's been worse for wear, right? So she feels, she's gone through her contract battles and all of those things. And then she starts to really learn about her non-negotiables, what she absolutely must have and what she absolutely will not take. And where she finally emerges as the star that, again, in her own life, which is the most important thing for all of us, is to be the main characters in our own life, right? And that's something that I have to work with as well, because I have a lot of responsibilities. And so I also have to figure out, how can I be the star in my own existence, right? And this is something that we can learn from watching people do things publicly. The light starts out here so strong, and then here it's so dim, and there's other people's hands around here and all of these things. And so how can we make sure that our light does not dim, right? That we're not dimming to fit in. That's the question for all of us. So I wish Miss Bailey nothing but the best on her amazing journey, and that's what I have for you. So please like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Oh my gosh, it's so important for me as a new channel, as a new content creator, to get comments to let me know if this resonates, if you all feel like it's bullocks. Even if you do, please let me know that too. And I will see you next time. Bye.